Here we have Joel Soriano,
How you doing?
Posh Alexander, and we're gonna wait for Coach Anderson for a second here.
I don't know your real last name?
Stop playing.
Yeah, I don't know his real last name. His real last name.
And here's Coach Anderson. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Okay, first game in Big East tournament, we we had an opportunity to do that, and you know, as a coach, you always wonder how your team's going to come out. And but our guys, I thought, came out with good energy, and made some shots early, established inside. Did a good job of getting to the glass. I thought that was going to be a big. Stat in this particular game. You know, we played them recently. I thought they did a good job of attacking the glass, and we enabled them to get to the free throw line. So, but coming into, like I said, tournament play, the survive and advance. The first game's out the way, so now we have a chance to play a second game.
Questions, Roger? You want the first question here?
Sure. Posh, you've had a few really good games in a row here. Can you sort of talk about how you went about turning the page on what was kind of a inconsistent start and what your mindset is now?
Just getting out of my own head. You know, I was in my head in the beginning of the year, and I just thought, and I had talked to my family, and we just talked about, like, basically I told them, like, I was just trying to figure out things to do to just try to win and try to help my team, and that's what I've been doing lately.
Zach.
Posh, what your three-point shooting, you took a bunch against Marquette, you took a bunch tonight. You really weren't taking threes for much of the year. What was there anything? Was it a health thing, or like was there any reason you've been really taking more lately?
Just confidence. That's it. Just confidence.
Where does that confidence come from?
Just being in the gym.
Okay, we'll go right here in the center.
Mike, when Posh is taking those three-pointers and making those three-pointers, how much does it change the flow of your half-court offense?
Well, I think people got to guard him, and now it creates space. I think when you got Joel inside and you got him knocking shots down, you got obviously AJ is a pretty good shooter, and then you got Dylan out there as well. I think it just spaces the flow out, and I think it allows him to get in and do the things he does. And not only just shooting the ball, but creating for others. I think that's one of the things that I think he's doing, and so and that's important for our basketball team.
Back to Roger.
Posh, can you sort of describe, I know it hasn't been the regular season that you wanted it to be, but how do you view the opportunity that the conference tournament presents?
Can you repeat that, please?
You didn't have the regular season that you guys had probably hoped for, but how do you view the opportunity that you get here in the conference tournament?
Just really like just probably taking this day by day, and just trying to win games. That's really it.
I mean, the winner of the conference tournament gets to go to the NCAAs. I know that this was the thing that you guys wanted. Do you see this as a window to maybe get what you wanted in the end?
That's a goal, like I said before. I'm just trying to take it day by day, and we got another big game tomorrow. So that's really it.
Right here in front.
For either Posh or Joel, I mean, now you get Marquette tomorrow, and you nearly stole one from them in Milwaukee, and now it's here in the Garden, right in your backyard. I mean, how are you feeling about getting a chance to steal one from the regular season champs and number one seed in this tournament?
Well, we know Marquette's going to come in and give us a great fight. They're a very well-coached team. They demonstrated that. I think we just have to play our game. That's a team that likes to speed other teams up, force them to make turnovers, make errors. I think if we play our style of basketball, we'll be all right. So we'll see tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
In the middle, Mike.
Mike, when you have such a quick turnaround like this, the fact that you played Marquette just on Saturday, just a handful of games ago, I mean, a handful of days ago. Does that help a little bit, that, when you have a quick turnaround like this, is it better to be playing a team that you just faced?
Well, I think, under the circumstances, I think it's, you're playing to advance into the tournament. So it's an advantage. I think that's, it could be, but at the same time, it's a quick turnaround for us just playing today. We playing at 3, and now we got to turn around and play at 12. So Marquette's a rested team, and as the guys alluded to, a well-coached team, and they're a very good basketball team. So we got our work cut out for us, but at the same time, you're in one of the greatest events there is. There's the Big East Tournament.
Going to go 2 more, Zach.
Joel, you guys were really close to getting to the semifinals last year. You had Villanova down. St. John's hasn't been to the semifinals in over 2 decades. Do you think about last year at all as you go into tomorrow, and just what's the motivation like to make a run here?
To answer your question, I mean, I think about it at times, but I'm trying to think about present. I'm in the present. We got a great team coming in tomorrow. We know what's at stake and what we have to do to perform. So we're just gonna go back to the hotel, rest up, watch film, and see what we didn't do last game against them when we played them at their place. And just trying to come out with a win, man. We know what we have to control. So we'll see tomorrow.
Does the way you played, I mean, both games were pretty close games against them. You almost won up there. Does that give you confidence going into that game that you guys, if you play your game, you can beat them?
Yeah, it definitely does. I think we have to play a better defense. Both times they scored 96 points. So I think it was really out defensively. So if we play our brand of defense and we control our turnovers, I think we'll come out with it.
Last question in center.
Coach, being down a couple guards, how impressed have you been with A.J. Storr's progression throughout the year?
I think, one guy's, going out, such as Montez, it was an opportunity for AJ, and I think he took advantage of it. And I think we've seen his development, his confidence is continuing to grow, and it's been a big plus for our basketball team. It's another weapon that we have on our basketball team, and kudos to our bench today. And I think our bench is going to be big and playing in the game tomorrow. Although guys came out and gave us some great effort, whether it be a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. All those guys off the bench were big for us today.
St. John's, thank you.
Appreciate it.
From the time he left. We're going to have Simas Lukosius and Coach Thad Matta. I think they're next level. For St. John's.
I did not, literally within hours after the game ended, they lost. 16 and 16.
Butler is here. Simas Lukosius and Coach Thad Matta. And we're going to go right to questions. Tom, right here in front.
Oh, thanks. Coach, I got to ask you the question. Manny, huge difference in the middle, it would seem. You guys had some open looks. You played an excellent game. At the same time, bunnies and threes, and this game would have been completely different.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of been our season, just in terms of, I've said this, 18th year as head coach, and I've never dealt with all the things, the injuries that we've had to deal with, and just being, at times, just shove the lineups out there. And, hey, it is what it is, and I thought those guys in the second half fought their tails off and could have been prouder of them for the effort they gave us.
Right here in front.
Coach, you found yourselves down 20 early in the second half. I mean, how impressed were you with the fight that they showed, getting it down all the way to 9 as time was winding down?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we finally started playing the right way. We started the game, we were not connected, we were not together. We, the transition, the rebounds. I mean, the difference in the game was the rebounding, obviously. But like I said, those guys, they got it to 20, and they kept chipping away, and huddles got better, and this team, as I told them afterwards, they've shown throughout the course of the season they can play some really, really good basketball. But when we're not connected, we're not that talented.
Other questions for Butler? Go ahead, Tim.
And Seamus, I mean, you saw Miles Tate. I mean, he had been out of commission last year. So, I mean, how great was it to see him end this season, given those circumstances, to have a really good game here at the Garden tonight?
I'm really happy for him. It was great to see. I love him to death, and I see how good he is, how hard he works every day in practice, and I'm proud of him. I wish it wasn't over.
One more for Tom.
So you 2 years in a row, great in the Garden. What's the secret to the Garden? What can you give to Butler?
I don't have a secret. Clearly, I'd be on the winning side if I had the secret. So.
Go back to the way.
Now that the season's over, can you now concentrate on studies? What are you studying at Butler? It's a pretty good school. We just know for basketball, it's more than basketball, so I'm kind of curious.
I study sports media at Butler, and I definitely can focus more on that now. I probably should.
I can second that.
Anything else for Butler? Butler, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cleaning up all right?
I tell you, no one's turning down.
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of touched on it. That's why I said next.
No, you should be able to get in there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Were other people getting in?